I would like to welcome you to a morning that will have a transformational impact on you, on your relationships, on your teams, on your projects, and on your organizations. And I'm just looking now at the number of people around here who are thinking, yeah, right. Yeah, you try and transform me, David. You had a chance before you mentioned it. So there's three things about today. First of all, it's going to be very practical, and it has to be practical. The second thing, it's got to be proved. It's got to be proven. It's got to be something that you know is going to work. And the extraordinary thing is, of course, because you're a human being, most of what I share with you, you already know, you may have forgotten. And we have a guest here today who's going to illustrate that absolutely brilliantly. And the third thing is, and for this I need you to huddle up, this is going to be fun.
This is a juggling session. What I want you all to be able to do in the next hour, to be able to go away and say, 1, 2, 3, success. And how many of you think you haven't got a hope in hell? Now, the first thing I want you to do is put your hands up in the air like this, so, yeah, that's what I want you to do. And I just want you to drop them. Get used to that sound.
Everything you need to achieve anything you want, you already have within you right now in this room. The formula for guaranteed success is this. Know where you want to go, know where you are now, know what you have to do to get to where you want to go, and then do it.
Have we mastered that? I want you to go throw, throw, catch, catch.
Warwick Business School started off by saying that's ridiculously simple. And now they recognize that 183 different models used in their MBA program come down to that. Know where you want to go, know where you are now, know what you have to do to get to where you want to go, and then do it. So why don't we do it? We don't do it for one very simple reason. Very quiet round of applause, please, for Ruth. Ruth was born 2.5 months ago?
Just leave her there?
Yeah, leave her there, don't worry. She'll still be there. I want that to be you. And I want to tell you what you went through and what Ruth went through in the 9 months inside her mummy. We won't go any more detail than that, don't worry. It was extraordinary. It was absolutely astonishing. When she needed to do something to protect herself, when you felt stressed, she didn't say, let's get a change program together. Let's get Prince 2 in place. Let's call a meeting. She just did it. She basically worked entirely on the most scientifically proven way for you to make your choices and then make a decision. Absolute, total instinct. Your gut feel is the most scientifically proven way for you to make decisions, because your gut feel is the sum total of every experience you've ever learned. And although she's asleep, Ruth is hearing every word that we're saying to her. And what's going to happen with Ruth is what happened to us. We're born with literally only 2 fears. Ruth, you still have a fear of falling over, Ruth, but you'll get over that, don't worry. And you're slightly scared of loud noises, don't worry. These days they're getting louder. You'll get over it. And then Ruth, because her mother loves her, is going to hear the word no. Let me get this. When Ruth is about, I don't know, when she's first walking, about a year or 2 from now, don't get up, please. Don't know what to do. She'll go to touch a hot kettle. And you as a caring mummy will turn around and say, no, 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 no. Ruth gets it on the first no at the age she is now. She doesn't know what to do with the other 14 no's. And so what you did when you were younger, because your parents loved you, was you believed them and you store them up in your head. And that's why you have become spectacularly brilliant at knowing what you cannot do. We are geniuses at it. Absolute geniuses at it. And that's why we talk ourselves out of it long before we have a go.
And I'm now, with enthusiasm, going to pick up my third ball. And I'm going to go throw, throw, throw. I make it look so simple. An hour ago when I said, how many of you think you haven't got hope in hell of being able to do that? How many of you actually said that but have actually managed to do it? Yeah? See, how many of you actually sincerely think, well, okay, I haven't mastered it fully today, but if I go away in the next 5 days, I could probably crack this because I know what to do? Yeah? Yeah. So, I mean, that's about you've decided that. I haven't. I've given the means too. If you engage with it, you can achieve it.
Effective coaching is not about theory. It's about what are you going to actually do right now. The decision. I would say everything around you in the whole of your lives depends on whether you make true decisions or not. Your whole success in your teams and your projects comes down to whether you make true decisions. Everything in your organization depends on the speed and effectiveness of how you make decisions. And so it's very, very important today that you don't just think, well, that was interesting. You actually do what I tell you to. Or, if you really feel you don't agree with me, then do the opposite. I don't mind. I really don't mind. Just do something. Think of the biggest challenge you've got in work right now. If you haven't been doing anything about it because you've been weighing up the options, then do what I suggest now, or if we get a chance to talk after, or text me, or contact me, and I'll tell you exactly what to do. And I'll tell you what to do. I'm not going to say, well, the trouble with this sort of thing is, that I'm going to say, do that. And I'm saying to you, the deal. The deal is you do what I tell you to, or you do the opposite. You just agree you'll do something. Yeah? Do we have a deal? Yeah. Fantastic. With regard to how your brain works, your brain loves and needs to focus, and is structured, by the way, to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. You have to get this person you're coaching focusing on what they want, not what they don't want. The way to do that is separate in your life and in your coaching and in your projects and in your teams and in your organizations the what from the how. And if all you do as a result of this morning is separate the what from the how, it will be a valuable morning for you, I promise you, because that's not easy. Ruth, you're going to have wild dreams in the next few years. You're going to think about things that you can achieve. When you go to your mummy and say, I want to be an astronaut, your mummy will reply, and you'll be a fantastic astronaut. When you say you want to be a train driver, as I did, just in case you care, it's not about me, though. So when you say that, your dad will say, and you'll be a fantastic train driver. And when you grow up, you're going to have so many choices. And when you hear the word no from your parents, remember they love you, and you've got every choice that you need. And remember that at the age that you have right now as well, because you still have the skills, the passions, and the talents that this young lady had. And Ruth, if you achieve success, the final part of the formula is going out and actually doing it, as we did with the juggling, like she's going to do when she learned to walk, like we don't do when we get older because we give up after the first or the second time. If it's that important to you, never, ever, ever, ever give up. In summary, know where you have to go, know where you are now, know what you have to do, and then do it. Make it real as quickly as possible so that you can rewire your brain. And thank you very much for your time this morning, and thank you again to Dusty. Thank you.